What a beautiful setup. What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Techbot Solutions, and let me show you how hilarious this is. So according to this article, they're saying that, hey, non-farm payrolls, which again did indicate that the market cooled down notably in April. Non-farm payrolls are the number of new jobs that were added. It added about 175,000 jobs, which is a lot lower than what was expected of 240,000. That means that unemployment rate rose to 3.9%. What is bad news for the economy is good news for the stock market. Surprise, surprise. We've heard that before. Bad news is good news. Good news is bad news. But let's not forget, also inflation came in much higher than what was expected, right? I don't want to say much higher, but definitely came in higher. You guys let me know down in the comment section. What do we think is more important? Unemployment rate or the thing that got us in that same problem originally, right? That's inflation. Inflation is not only not going down, inflation is actually going up. But according to this article, because unemployment is going up, they say that the Fed may cut interest rates sooner than later. That there's no question that, yes, having a slower economy does potentially support the case that the Federal Reserve can more likely justify. But if you heard the tone from Jerome Powell in his last Fed meeting, there was nothing about what he said that, oh, yeah, we're going to be cutting interest rates as soon as, the next month. I mean, they said that they could potentially not cut interest rates until even the end of Q4 of 2024. Like, that is how not ready he feels we are. Like, it was clear as day. Feel free to go watch the most recent FOMC meeting where he clearly stated that he is not confident in where we are right now to be cutting interest rates. And if we look at the overall NASDAQ market, guess what it's doing? Well, the NASDAQ market and the S&P 500 has been on a consistent green streak, right? Green days after green days after green days. But now we are approaching previous highs. Now, I don't believe that everyone should short the market, right? But I'm just making you aware, because we are approaching previous highs. And if we do begin to pull on back, I just want to make sure that you have a proper plan of action where you begin to take profits and actually keep some of the profits that you made. Because if this thing continues to pull back, just like it did in the past before, we got rejected right around this 440, 450 range. We got rejected and then began to retrace back down to lows of 415, 420. So I'm getting ready to go long on SQQQ. SQQQ goes up when the NASDAQ market goes down. I view that the NASDAQ market's overbought in preparation for this thing to pull on back. Then I see that SQQ has the potential to run up. And based off of previous patterns, this thing offers over a 20% ROI. Now, let me make this very clear. I have not taken this trade yet. And on top of that, NASDAQ market has not broken below the EMA line or indicated any signs of an active sell-off. It is simply an overbought index based off of previous patterns, and it's going back to retest previous highs. And if any economic data comes out or any Fed official comes out and states that no, we are not going to be cutting rates sooner than later, then again, we cannot be surprised that we begin to correct ourselves. It's very important as a trader to understand overbought and oversold levels. It is not rocket science, right? It's understanding the big moves. Okay, well, this huge move already happened. Yes, we could potentially run up maybe a little bit more, but what's the downside potential versus the upside risk? So again, always taking that into consideration, not just looking at the small time frames of, oh, maybe I want to buy into this to be able to sell at 444, which again, if that's what you want to do, all power to you. But when you look at this on the much larger time frames, you can easily see that there is significantly greater pullback potential than there is upside potential. And that is why I'm making this video. Not because I believe the NASDAQ market has to pull back, but it's an if, it's a when, it's not an if, right? The NASDAQ market always pulls on back when it becomes overbought. And when it does, again, are you prepared? So what does preparation look like? It means that you can reduce positions that you are going long on in preparation that when the markets pull on back, you can simply buy back the same stock at just the cheaper price. You don't have to short the market on the way down. I know for a fact shorting is not for everyone. So I'm not here to try to convince you, oh, I think you should go short or I think you should go into SQQ. No. The idea is to encourage you to make yourself aware of oversold and overbought levels on the larger time frames, so you do your part that if markets do begin to pull on back, that you get excited because you have cash sitting on the sidelines because you prepared for this pullback, that you're able to take advantage of those lower prices. That is the point. I genuinely do not care if you end up selling. I genuinely do not care if you end up shorting. The whole point is making yourself aware and preparing in advance so you are simply not surprised. So let me know down in the comment section what you plan to do. Do you plan to sell, or are you going to wait until there's a break of pattern? Do you think that the market's going to go higher for longer, right? There's no perfect way on how to approach this, but the whole point is, as long as you are aware that we are closer and more on the overbought side, then at that point, you can better prepare that if the market does pull on back, you are simply not surprised. So I hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I just love to make our beginners aware of when markets are overbought in preparation for a pullback, not because it has to pull on back, but just in case it does, that you have a proper plan of action. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, or feel free to send me a direct message via Discord, and we'll love to answer any questions you might have. Also, if you want our risk calculator, a lot of you guys saw that I've used it in our previous videos. When it comes down to planning out my trades, it lays it all out for you before you actually take the trade. If you want that, just shoot me a DM via Discord or via Instagram, the message risk, and I would love to send it on over to you. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.